We were talking about the minimum wage, and I proposed that the minimum wage continue to be federally mandated, like it is currently, implemented at the state level, like it is currently, but fluctuates from state to state, and that there should be a federal formula that is created to determine how much it costs to survive, what the cost of living is for the most expensive area of any given state, and that would determine what that state's minimum wage would be. And I've said it in a bunch of different videos, it would be more expensive to live in New York than it would be to live in West Virginia. This person says, federal government should have little to no involvement in state affairs, point blank. Now, I've seen you comment a lot of things. I've seen your videos. You're obviously a right-wing conservative, politically speaking. And this is a right-wing conservative position to take, that the federal government should have little to no involvement in state affairs. Then I would say to you, I eagerly await your video decrying the SAVE Act. I don't know if you're familiar with what the SAVE Act is, but I'm going to give you a little bit of information about it right now. Last month, congressional Republicans pledged to fast track something called the SAVE Act, a bill that would require all Americans to provide a birth certificate, passport, or one of a few other citizenship documents every time they register or re-register to vote. It says here, if enacted, it would devastate voter registration while disenfranchising tens of millions of eligible American citizens. More than 21 million American citizens don't have these documents readily available, according to survey data. But the SAVE Act would likely adversely affect far more Americans than the data suggests. Many might not have noticed how broadly the bill could apply. Its show your papers requirements is not just limited to new registrations, but rather applies to every, quote, application to register to vote, which in many jurisdictions include re-registrations and changes of address, and tens of millions of Americans register or re-register between every federal election. But these elections are run at the state level. Every state gets to determine how their election runs and how people in their state register to vote. That is a state thing. It always has been. Illinois determines how its elections for president and senator and congressman and the state offices, it determines how its elections are run and how its citizens register to vote. And then Indiana makes its own determinations. And now we have federal Republicans saying, nope, this is how every state needs to do it because we say so at the federal level. And as you have so aptly pointed out, federal government should have little to no involvement in state affairs. Point blank. Tag me in the video you make decrying the SAVE Act, please.